Hi guys, welcome back to part 4 of Princess Evangile. In our last episode we got through our first day and also through the first chapter. We're on chapter 2 called Childhood Friends, and we're getting ready to start our next day. So here we go. We are sleeping. Huh? What? I thought I heard a knock just now. Definitely a knock. I glanced reflexively at the clock and saw that it was only 5:30 a.m. Pretty bright out for 5:30. Who's knocking at this hour? Regardless, I slipped out of bed. So cold. It was so cold in the morning at this time of year. It had been cold the night I met Rise-san too. Yet, yes. Salutations. Salutations. Huh? What? Is something the matter? No, I just figured it was Sister Mishima. No, I fear it is merely Mitsuki and I. So I see. So, do you need something? It's pretty early. Forgive me. I thought it would be best to come early so as not to upset the Files de la Vincennes. What are you talking about? Please allow us to search your room. What? I've heard that boys often carry forbidden objects. We wish to check for them. What do you mean by forbidden objects? Well, I'm referring to, you know, pornography. How could you make me say it? I didn't make you say anything, but I understood what she was trying to say. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. They checked my belongings when I first moved in, so I cannot believe you. Huh? I cannot believe you until I see it with my own eyes. Sigh. There's something upsetting about being cut off with a smile like that. Well, then remove your pajamas. Huh? You may have something in your pockets. This game got pretty risque pretty quickly. It's not as if I asked someone you to temporarily remove your underwear. Grin. She was really smiling. Rike-sama gave you an order. Now take off your clothing. But now. Right. I removed the school-provided sweatpants and sweatshirts instead of their t-shirt and boxers. Cold. Now leave the room, huh? Do not say, huh. We cannot search your room while you're still here. That's not true, but quickly now. We'll call you when we're finished, so take this phone. Now take your nakedness elsewhere. Whoa. She pressed my cell phone into my hand and forced me out of the room. I think we're being pranked, guys. Do I really stand outside like this? Oh no, we can't send him in the hallway dressed like that. I fail to see the problem. What? Could you at least return my pajamas? Listen, Oni-sama, Masaya can't. Mitsuki, don't you know the most important thing? What? First, the question of whether the sanctity of the room has been maintained. You will not catch cold being outside for less than an hour. Oh well, that is certainly true. The Gospels say that it's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. That goes more so if one carries unsavory objects. Now, Mitsuki, we have little time, so I must begin searching. Yes. Hey, I couldn't exactly yell this time of morning, so I called them softly. There was no response, though. They must have been busy with their work. Man. There was no one in the hall at the moment, but someone could come out at any minute. If they found me like this, they'd definitely think I was a pervert. They already thought I was inclined to commit a crime. I decided it would be best to go outside. You're already cold in your boxers and t-shirt, and you want to go outside. Come on, man. We're supposed to be trying to stay here, and I get kicked out and arrested. At this time, there was likely to be no one outside the dorms. So cold. Goosebumps appeared on my arms as I trembled. I couldn't exactly just stand there. I decided to have a walk around. But really, why do I have to walk around dressed like this? I hoped I would get the call soon. I'd been so poor I'd never had a cell phone before, but the school had given me one. It's a Windows phone, guys. It hadn't been any special consideration. All the students received the same one. It keeps us under control, of course. That's what Rise-san said when I asked her how to use it. It's actually more like a walkie-talkie. Can you believe it? A walkie-talkie? How? It's easy to call someone on the same type of cell phone, but if you want to call anyone on the outside, you have to go through the school. It sounds frustrating. It's a bit like phones in the old days. It used to be that you could only call pre-approved numbers, like your family and such. It's the same for email. If you want to contact anyone on the outside. Anyways, the rules make it really hard to contact outsiders. We were also forbidden from leaving school grounds. Vincennes was really strict about contact with the outer world. I'd heard of hothouse flowers and sheltered children before, but this place was really like another world. On the other hand, the rules within the school didn't seem very strict to me because everyone behaved well even without the rules. particular, dorm life was welcoming. They didn't even have an official lights out. According to Sister Mishima, the fact that meal times were all decided in advance lent a natural rhythm to daily life. Sounds pretty inconvenient. Rise-san gave a slight shrug. It's no hindrance to the Feliz de la Vincennes, but everyone we know is already here on this campus. Of course, that isn't true for you, Masai-san. I know it's bothersome, but please try to bear it. Actually, I don't think there's anyone I want to contact on the outside either. Really? Not even your parent? She shut her mouth quickly as she realized her mistake, then she smiled apologetically. Well, I mean, friends and such. Did you have a girlfriend, perhaps? I shook my head silently. Since we left town a year ago, I haven't even tried to make friends. I didn't make new friends and hadn't tried to contact my old ones from Aisaku Auxiliary. I didn't want to risk getting them involved in our own issues. I hadn't even kept in touch with my childhood friend. I have my room and board taken care of for now, at least, but I still have to do something about that loan. I thought things over as I wandered on the path. The sweet smell enveloped me from all sides. Why is that pretty gondola? Oh crap. I thought it was alone, but there was a girl just ahead. Is that a squirrel? That is adorable. Though she seemed to be playing with some kind of animal and hadn't noticed me yet. An animal? Do they keep animals at Vincennes? An animal care club, perhaps? What is that creature? I should have run the other way, but I found myself curious about what was going on. I've never seen anything like it. It seemed like an unusual species. A stoat, perhaps? But what intrigued me even more was, I don't even know what a stoat is. What a cute little hat. Indeed, it is a cute hat. It looks so regal with the little hat. It's very high class. It just suited the creature so well. I wasn't any sort of animal lover, but I couldn't help but finding it charming. I quietly drew closer. There was plenty of cover, so I felt confident being a bit bold. Pantabel, will you eat bread? Pan tabaru? Coo? Oh dear, when will I finally get to say tabaru? Coo? Well, will you eat it today? If you don't, I won't give you your croissant. Cuckoo. Giggle. Just kidding. I made this croissant just for you, Panterbell. Man, look at those eyes. Aw, that's so cute. Panterbell let out a joyous coo and began munching down on the croissant. The girl from the Animal Care Club looked down at him with eyes full of love. The pet was cute, but she was particularly beautiful too. Spectacularly beautiful too. Cuckoo. Giggle, is it good? What a smart creature. Plus, it really did look good. It occurred to me that I hadn't eaten anything since I started my walk. My stomach suddenly let out a growl as I watched. Coo? What is it, Panterbell? Cuckoo. I hear you. You'd like a country roll tomorrow? Cow. Thankfully, the girl didn't seem to have heard it. This time I ducked my head down, prepared to take my leave. Snap. Oh. A severed head? Seriously. No. She seemed genuinely terrified, so I called out immediately to correct her. I even stood up. Oh crap. Cold sweat poured down my sides. The girl looked at me blankly. I cast a subtle glance down to my lower half. Oh, thank goodness. Even though I stood up, my lower half was still barely covered. Cool. That is, I'm not here to cause any harm. She might not think that if she saw my lower half, though. Giggle, I know that, huh? You introduced yourself with the opening ceremony, after all. Oh, right. That's right. Pleasure to meet you. I am Kamiyaga Ruriko from Class 2B. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm in Class 2C. She bowed at me politely. I quickly did the same. It was really a bit awkward with the obstacle in the way. I really should have come out, but that wasn't exactly possible. And this is Panterbell. It looks like a cat on the little picture here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's one of those animals that can just change its form. Panterbell raised a limb in greeting. He was smart. So Panterbell is his name. It suits him. Yes. Is Panterbell a stoat? A stoat? He isn't? He looks a bit like one. Oh, you're asking about the species. The truth is, I don't know myself. Oh, really? I never really thought about it. I see. Ruriko-san seemed to be the laid-back type. Panterbell is Panterbell, that's all. Isn't that right, Panterbell? I wonder if that means anything. Cool. But I didn't know they kept the animals of Vincennes. Do you go to a club for that or something? No, it isn't that. We don't have an animal care club. The truth is, I found Panterbell up above when he was sick. Up above? Vincennes was built on a mountainside, so she must have meant she found him higher up on the mountain. I believed he belonged to someone in town who abandoned him. He even had a collar, so I decided to nurse him back to health, and we've been inseparable ever since. Wow. So that's why she didn't know what it was. You seem like a kind person, Ruriko-san. Oh, no. But Panterbell is an unusual name. How did you pick it? He just loves bread, or pan, so I named him Panterbell. Pantabaru. I get it. Cute. I remember their exchange when I first saw them. Ruriko-san had asked him to say Tabaru or something. Maybe Panku would be more appropriate? Panterbell says ku after all. You weren't the first person to say that. What? She was suddenly staring out into space. The truth is, everyone calls him Panku. They say it's too long and such. I see. So I propose Panterbell as an abbreviation of the name. Is it really much of an abbreviation? But it never caught on. It's so upsetting. I see. So, yes, you will call him Panterbell, won't you, Messiah? Sure, of course, if you want me to, Ruriko. I'm so glad. She looked at me, eyes shining, and picked up the basket from the table. The truth was, I had been thinking about that bread the entire time. Would you take a baguette as a token of my thanks? Yes, absolutely. I sat down without thinking, and then I realized my mistake. Despite the cold, I was sweating profusely. I felt like I was covered in dew. Were you out jogging? It's wonderful to stay in shape. What? Am I wrong? You were wearing a t-shirt and running shorts after all. Apparently Ruriko had never seen boxers before. That's a charm school for you. But I was safe at least. No, you got me. Actually, I like working up a sweat early in the morning. I agree with the practice, although I'm a poor athlete myself. You must be exhausted after such a long workout. Here, take one. Thanks. Her innocent smile made me feel a little guilty about my lie, but there was no way around it. It's not like I was walking around dressed like this because I wanted to. I took one of the rolls. It was still slightly warm. Did you just bake this? Yes, I'm in the bread baking club. Of course there's the bread baking club. I was doing some early morning training of my own. Bread baking, but Vincennes has clubs like that? It was originally affiliated with a mission after all. What does that have to do with it? Bread is the Eucharist and Holy Mass. My phone! I've got mail. Oh, just a minute. I received notification of email and checked it in my suitcase. It hadn't given me permission to return. Phew, thank goodness. What is it? Oh, nothing. I was thinking about getting back to my room, actually. I felt even colder now, maybe because of the sweat. And it will accompany you. I'm returning as well. Sure. As we walked, she explained how bread was the Eucharist and the Holy Mass. At the Last Supper, Jesus gave bread to his disciples, saying that it was his body. That's where the ritual came from. Wow, you guys in Vincennes really know a lot about this stuff. We learned it in our classes. There's quite a few who call Jesus Christ as well. What does that mean? Christ is not actually a name, it means Savior. To call it Jesus Christ is a profession of one's faith. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. Interesting. Ruriko called him Jesus before. As we walked, I took a big bite of bread. This is good. I haven't eaten much in the way of French bread before. What is it? Never seen someone eat while walking before. Apparently in Japan, eating while walking is considered very rude. So if you ever find yourself in Japan and eat food, just stand still. Or sit down. Oh, is it bad manners? No, it isn't, but it is quite unusual. I guess it is. This may be a strange question, but yeah. I do certain personal circumstances. I would like to learn more about men. Oh. So I believe, given this opportunity, I would like to know more about you, Messiah. Right, well, of course, well, it might seem strange too, but the only way I'll make it past the vote at the end of the term is if I get to know me. So, I'd be happy to tell you anything you'd like to know. Good. Then, if I may, Ruriko lowered her gaze, looking towards my groin region. What are you looking at? I would like to know about the brand of your running shorts. Is that alright? I think they're Uniqlo? Uniqlo, I'll remember it. I suppose this is where we part ways. Yeah, thanks for the bread. Not at all. Cool. Panterbell waved to me. Seriously smart animal. personal circumstances, huh? What should I do? Still having a beauty like Ruriko wanting to know more about me. It wasn't exactly a bad feeling. So cold. I went back to my room to take a nice warm shower, but on the way there... the bell for breakfast rang. Uh-oh, people are going to be coming out now. I picked up speed. I turned the last corner, my door was inside. I went in for the last dash. But just then the doors opened. Morning. Morning. The girls came out exchanging mild pleasantries. Amidst a group of smartly dressed girls, a single man in a shirt and boxer stood out immediately. Ah! Whoa! What is he wearing? Oh no, it can't be. Oh, that's cute. They're throwing stuff at me. Molester, idiot, pervert, ne'er-do-well. Wow. This is what I hate, man. Ow. What's going on here? Wow! One by one, the doors opened and the hallway devolved into chaos. This was quickly getting out of control. They had started throwing things. It didn't hurt much, but in here I was supposed to be getting off on the right foot with them. Instead, I was getting off on the worst possible foot. Take this, indecent exposure, peddling pornography. Then they started accusing me of crimes I'd never committed. Just as the attacks began to escalate, a calm voice rang through the hall. Stop this at once. But it's Sister Mishima. The attack stopped immediately. Oh, it's Marika. There's an explanation for all of this. Stop it now, everyone. Thank goodness. Why is La Tutsoer helping him? What could the reason be? I'm sorry, Messiah. Look, he actually made Grand Fleur apologize to him. That man. Blaming it on me again. In a moment's thoughtlessness, I forced him out of his room in his underwear. You were certainly fixated on your task. Was that sarcasm? What? I guess you were serious. Good character. Wait, what? Nothing. I'm sorry we chased you out of your room so early. Mitsuke whispered the word as gaze averted, then pushed my neatly folded pajamas into my hands. Our search did not reveal anything untoward. It was quite a relief to me. Alright, I'm glad to hear that. Well then, salutations. Marika-san clapped her hands and addressed the others. Now everyone, get along to your rooms and in the dining hall. Messiah hasn't done anything wrong this time. The student council president's influence was formidable. The students immediately disappeared. Or dispersed, sorry. Dots. During the break between classes, Rise was quick to scold me. For heaven's sake, what were you thinking? Sorry. Everyone's talking about it. You weren't there, so you didn't see what it was like in the dining hall this morning. The big head filled me up, so I ended up skipping breakfast. The whole school's in uproar. It's really quite incredible. My cat is annoying. He keeps banging on the door, wanting in. Right, sorry. Well, we're lucky that Sombre scanner wasn't there. At least if I had ended up in the paper, I don't know what I would do. Sombre scanner? The News Club Ace Reporter means scanner of the dark. That's pretty cool, actually. Oh, Tommy-san. Her title suggested that little got by her. But what on earth happened? The information is so muddled I don't even know what to think. I'm sure you're not really a molester, but... yeah, that's not really what happened. I have heard people talking about Marika and Mitsuki as well. Do they have some part in this? Yeah. The classroom went quiet as people seemed to be listening in. I explained what happened. Really? What a curious story. A little, but the student council president is concerned about my behavior, I guess. That's the feeling I got. She saved me in the end, though. She showed up and resolved the whole misunderstanding. You are truly naive. What do you mean? Nothing. Man, what a bummer. Hey, it's the Ace Reporter. During our next break period, Tommy came to visit. She stood up by my desk, Clementine. I can't believe I missed out on that scoop. I'm unworthy of the title Summer Skin. It wasn't much of a scoop, you know. The truth of the matter was really mundane. Even if there's only one truth, the facts can come out different in writing. That's what it means to be a reporter. I like that hat. That is adorable. I want a cat hat like that. Obviously, I wouldn't make things up, and I don't mean to make you look bad necessarily either, Messiah. Neutral and impartial, fair and balanced. That's the motto of La Mode Quotidienne. Is that the name of the News Club's newspaper? Yep. It means the fashion of the day or something like that. If you don't believe me, look at today's paper. It writes about you with no rose-colored glasses. That's the interview from yesterday. I'd like to see it too. It was a text of my interview along with comments from Rise and the others. It really wasn't partially written. I found nothing to complain about. My concern, though, was the matter of my family history. I had admitted it to myself, so there was no use stressing over it now. But as Rise had said, I was not my father. Even if it made a bad first impression, as long as I put on a good face, they would forget about it eventually. I kept my faith in that. More dots. Ruriko Kamiyagi. I'm liking the characters so far. They're pretty well written, I think. We had lunch at noon, then Rise-san and I headed for Maria Hall. We had gone there after class the day before as well. As for what we were doing there, it was the vote for society leader. Where are we? This is Maria Hall. It houses a student council in the White Lily and Red Rose Society rooms. Wow, the atmosphere is totally different from the dorms in the campus building. I suppose it is. Maria Hall is one of the older buildings. So what happens now? As I said, we'll vote to choose the leader of the White Lily Society. Ah, Rise-san's gaze fell on her wristwatch. Voting ends at 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, Messiah, but could you wait with me until it ends? Sure. We passed through the doors and checked to see if anyone had come. I don't know if any of them will come after all. Oh yeah, I forgot we were all abandoned by all our people. This will be an interesting turnout. They had all returned to their armor ribbons to Rise-san. The ribbons were proof of their participation in the association. They were a bit like membership badges. Returning them meant, what happens if they don't show? I will win by default. Oh, okay. This is where the White Lily Society room. It looks identical to the Red Rose room, so you'll need to be careful when you come here. The room was deserted. Smack in the center of the room was a voting box that looked like the ones used in real elections. Only the teachers have the key to this box. It's very official, don't you think? It really is. The prevalence of votes is one of Vincenne's defining characteristics, so that's why the voting boxes are so grand. Well, I'm going to vote. Well, you can vote for yourself? That seems kind of weird. She wrote her name onto one of the papers on the table, then slipped it into the voting box. The voting itself was efficiently finished, but we decided to stay until 6 o'clock. In the end, not a single person came. Since we happen to be here, let's eat in the courtyard. I'll make tea. Thanks. I didn't even know you had a courtyard here. Yesterday we had gone straight to the White Lily Society room, so I didn't know the building's layout just yet. Maria Hall is shaped like a pentagon. Rise drew a diagram in the air on either side of the entrance of the White Lily and Red Rose Society rooms. That's why I warned you to be careful yesterday. You need to remember if it's the right or left room. The room we entered yesterday, was it the right or left? I don't actually remember. The left. Here's a way you can remember. The word Lily starts with L. So what side is Lily on? Left. Right, and Rose is right. Just remember the first letter of the words. Got it. I understand. There's also the storage room, the lounge, and the student council room, though you won't have much business there. What a nice courtyard. Wow, seems like a really nice place. It gets so much sun. Yes, the weather's so nice I thought we would spend the day in Maria Hall. There were a few tables around, giving the courtyard a very relaxing aura. Rise moved to the kitchenette while I waited at the table. Just then I caught a glimpse of someone through the window. They were passing through the hall facing me, so I waved. Salutations, are you here by yourself, Messiah? No, I'm here with Rise. She's in the kitchenette right now. I see, that is ideal. What? She didn't actually answer me, but turned her face away and closed her eyes. I took a surreptitious glance at her profile. Risuko is really beautiful, too. Perhaps because she did not wear her emotions openly, she had a beauty like a porcelain doll. Vincennes really is a school filled with beauties. When I thought about it, that was maybe the thing that made me most glad to be here. Oh, Risuko, would you like some tea as well? No, thank you, Rise. Congratulations on winning the leadership of the White Lily Society. Why such formality? The truth is... She hesitated for a moment, turning her eyes to the entrance. There was another student coming towards us. Risuko, have you made the traditional greeting? I'm about to. Mitsuki stood off to the side as if to make it clear she would not be joining us for tea. Traditional greeting did seem a bit overly formal, but I have been entrusted with the leadership of the Red Rose Society. What? Huh? Rise had said that the association decided on their leaders during the third term and that the new head of the Red Rose would be Mitsuki. How did this happen? There's no rule stating that a first year can't be a society president. That isn't what I'm saying, of course, Mitsuki. I thought you were going to be a society leader. Our plans changed. What? What's going on? You really don't know Soleil d'École? Messiah, under normal circumstances no one would associate with you here, and you would not be welcome anywhere you go. Huh? I was a little shocked at being attacked that way so suddenly. The only reason you're allowed to stay at Vincennes is because it was Rise who brought you here. That is how much people respect her. Ah, well. That's right, the person who brought me here was a VIP, so I was riding her coattails in a way. That's a foolish way to judge people. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Everyone should interact with him and decide for themselves. Not everyone can conduct themselves the way you do, you know. Her incredibly confrontational air caused even Ritsuko to gasp. I cannot ignore your influence. The only person above you in that regard would be La Tutsoe. You have changed, Mitsuke. You never would have said something like that before. That is neither here nor there. As if ashamed of the anger she had shown her, she turned her eyes away. Well then, what were we discussing? That's right, Ritsuko's inauguration. The association this year has... Oh shoot, I messed up. The grand vote cannot merely be a popularity contest. The student body must make the proper decision for the future of the school. In that case, we decided it would be best to propose a more suitable leader. Belle Epine is certainly a title to compete even with Soleil Delcourt, don't you think? None of us could answer. Even Ritsuko Chan herself cast her eyes downward as if merely enduring it. That is why I withdrew myself from the running. That's... Whatever, I won't have your pity. If that's what you're offering, I chose to set my own free will. But there is one thing I wish to say to Rise-san and you. She pointed her finger sharply at me. I am firmly against accepting boys here. This is not a joke. Vincennes is a girls' school. It is a ridiculous suggestion. Well, Mitsuke-san's words were entirely natural. Well, that's all I had to say. Excuse me. It's going to be an uphill battle from here, if I may be perfectly honest. What is it? Mitsuke is correct that there is no restriction on society leaders by grade level. However, there are customs and unwritten rules. I believe it is without precedent, and yet they elected me. You've always been a stickler for rules that way, Ritsuko. Even setting my age aside, I feel terribly unworthy of the position. What, but Ritsuko, you're so beautiful. What did you just say? Uh-oh, they're both glaring at me. I meant, that's a big part of leadership, right? It is, but with regard to that point, my big sisters have all agreed to give me their full support. At least it has been made clear to me that the society members were in agreement about the decision. That is why I did not object. From the way she spoke, Ritsuko seemed like a person who liked to follow the rules. Yeah, we've established that, buddy. She's definitely a stickler that way. You keep saying stickler and rules. It's kind of funny. You mentioned the other day that you were against reform, Ritsuko. I am. Then today we will have become official rivals. I hope that we can keep this amiable. As do I. Oh, everyone's so happy. As they shook hands, I felt like I seen Ritsuko-chan smile for the first time. I felt certain that it was due to Rise-san's welcoming and attitude. Delicious. It's a bit cold, but truly. Fortnum and Mason is the only black tea worth drinking. Fortnum. Ah, you don't know of them? No. The only black tea I've ever had is the Nito kind that comes in bags. I prefer Lipton. In bags? Do you mean satchels? What? What? The gap between us was so vast as it was as vast as a canyon. Oh, nothing. What is it? No, nothing. This is just really, really good. The tea in the cup was a dark indigo. I'd never seen anything like it before. But even on a first glance, it was clearly nothing like the black tea I'd had before in taste and in smell. It's wonderful to see you eating so happily. Ha! It's not like I couldn't indulge like this before, after all. Certainly not when my meals consisted of a single enfant with milk. I brought the cup to my lips again. So good. I couldn't even remember what we were talking about before. Well then, today I'd like to have a small strategy meeting. Strategy meeting? Ah, before that, though, I don't believe I've given you a proper explanation of the association, have I? Right. Then I'll do that. First I should explain the student council to start with, but I believe that it should be similar to other schools. They typically serve as an executive body for school policy on the student level, is that correct? Yeah. An executive body, in other words, they made sure that things got done. I never served on the student council committee in school, so I don't even know about the inner workings, but I knew that they were involved in the sports and culture festivals. I believe that some serve legislative functions as well, but that is not the case at Vincennes. I referred to what happened yesterday as a vote, but in a way it is the legislative process. That is to say, at Vincennes, the executives and legislative bodies are clearly separated. That is where the association comes in. Their most important duty is to oversee the holding of votes. In other words, you have a lot of votes to decide legislation. Correct. It serves well enough for the votes on daily matters, but the grand vote is something rather different. That is because the candidates are the heads of both associations. There would be a great deal of room for foul play. I got it. Because of that, the White and Red Rose Societies direct the votes in tandem. It all seemed like a lot of trouble to go through, but it suited this kind of school of incentives was, after all. The administration of elections is their main duty, but in reality, they assist the student council as well. Do you have any questions regarding these points? I'm good. Now let's discuss strategy. The first item on our agenda is our lack of committee members. Yeah. Naturally, I have not lost heart, but we must accept that a lack of staff will hurt us greatly in the fight to come. Messiah, did you notice that laptops in the White Lily Society's room? Yeah. We must destroy those laptops. The association have home pages as well. They aren't on the internet, but you can access them from the school network. They require a great deal of maintenance, which requires a large staff as well. I see. What's more, this year is we must rally public interest as much as we can. You can't have someone substitute. One must be voted in to be a member. Oh, I see. And I'm certain that a re-election would not be allowed. We sat in silence for a few minutes. Well, we'll just need to find out how to get more of them to come back. You're right. She took a sip from her cup and returned to her saucer, then paused. I have little confidence, but we can't give up without trying. We'll just speak to each of them individually. Putting that aside, we'll need to expand your social circle, Messiah. Yeah, in order to pass the premier judgment more than anything, they will need to know you as a person, after all. Don't worry, I'm certain that everyone will accept you, Messiah. Yeah, I'll do my best to make sure that happens. Alright, it is a new day. A new day has dawned. A week has passed. Oh, we already went through a whole week. I was working as hard as I could to expand my social circle, but no luck at all. I tried my best to talk to people with a personable smile, but I was shot down every time. I could barely approach anyone without them running away, usually screaming. I was about to give up hope. Oh, it's that girl, Ruriko. Keep fighting, Messiah. Cool. Thanks. Then there was Ruriko, who claimed to have an interest in men and as such wanted to know more about me. She wasn't lying. Sometimes she would approach me directly, other times she would just watch me from afar. How am I supposed to make friends with them? Do you have any ideas, Ruriko? Let me think. You could bake them some delicious bread, perhaps. Lure them in with food, you mean? You do love bread, don't you? Well, I do like it. Then I'll call you Panterville Jr. Senior is right here, of course. There are a lot of people who like bread. If you wish, I will bring you more another time. Thanks, I like that. It really was good, after all. Did you enjoy the baguette I made last time? I can make you a more time next time. Good butter inside? That sounds great. That does sound good. Giggle. Coo. Huh? Giggle, you're very amusing, Messiah. I truly enjoy your humor. Ruriko turned to leave the classroom, her long hair trailing out behind her. I wasn't trying to make a joke. Someone go. Looks like it's a hard fight, Messiah. A little. She had been following me all week for what she called follow-up interviews, so I had become used to seeing Tammy around. Well, just be patient. These girls are hothouse flowers. They've hardly interacted with a guy before. What is hothouse flower? Yeah. You're a pretty smooth operator yourself, though. What do you mean? You know what I mean, getting all friendly with Bijou Blue. Who's that? Oh, come on, you didn't know? Ruriko. Ah, there's that her title. Can I assume you don't know what the words mean either? I'm still not used to all this French. It'd be easier if it were in English at least. Bijou Bleu means the blue gem. That was pretty. Wow. I found myself speaking in genuine admiration, so Ruriko was the blue gem. Yeah, it fits. I know, right? Our school turns out beauty's like no other. For that matter, Tommy was quite pretty herself. It almost seemed like a prerequisite for attendance. Getting on good terms with Ruriko is a pretty good strategy. What? It wasn't intentional? Huh? What I'm saying is she has a title and a certain amount of influence that goes with it, even more than she realizes. Mitsuki has something like that too. So I figured you'd made a beeline for Riko. Was I wrong? No, not at all. Ruriko-san just mentioned she had an interest in guys, so, huh? Did she say why? As the ace of the news club, she was quick to jump on that fact. I guess you'd have to ask her if you wanted to know more. That's true. Go right for the source. That's the reporter's way. Anyway, I wasn't planning to go after people with influence. I wanted to make friends with everyone individually. Oh, well, that's very honorable of you. I guess so. Whew, it's hopeless. Oh, Rise, how did it go? Though, judging from her expression, I don't really have to ask. No good. I couldn't sway a single one of them. She had been working on convincing the society members as predicted. It had been a total failure. Well, then we'll just get new members then. How are things going with you? Sorry, no luck here either. In one class there was even a girl who hid her face behind a textbook or notebook when I showed up. They don't seem prepared to accept me just yet. Yeah. What class was it? Let's see. I can't remember, but it happens every time. I try to stop by each class a few times. That's a little surprising. I wouldn't think they'd actually hide. But you really shouldn't rush yourself, Messiah. As a matter of fact, I've got an idea. Have you ever heard the term involunteers? Well, I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure. It refers to an informal volunteer. It's a bit of a neologism. Yes, I was so concerned with the official elections that I didn't even think of it. Even if they're not official society members, people can still support us. Oh, I see. So we'll begin solicitations the first thing after class today, understand? Roger. Oh, sorry, I mentioned it before, but I can't help. I mean, I've come to like your personality, but I appreciate that. But officially speaking, I need to be neutral and impartial. Fair and balanced, I can't take sides. I understand, but you could report on it, couldn't you, and tell them we're recruiting supporters? Of course, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. It doesn't conflict with my journalistic principles. But I'm going to write everything, the good stuff and the bad stuff. Sure. Listen, Chihiro-san. Is that a new person? Yeah. What do you think of Messiah? What? Oh, is something wrong? Oh, no. I've had so few opportunities to interact with boys. Messiah-san doesn't appear to be a bad person when I speak to him, but I don't have any standard to judge him by. I see. Chihiro, have you interacted with Messiah yet? Oh, me? Messiah's just... Oh, she dropped a classmate's honorific. And it's the boy, too. It's not very ladylike of her. She is a final course tourist, after all. Don't let her bother you, Chihiro. Right. Well, about him, I haven't spoken with him yet, so I don't know any, I guess. I see. But I feel like it's just a feeling, you know? It has no basis whatsoever, so... Yes? I do think he might not be a bad person, that's just the feeling I get. I think you're right. Oh, I know, if you haven't spoken with him yet, why don't I take this opportunity to introduce you? Oh, me? I'm not. You don't wish to? The chairwoman encouraged him to make girlfriends. Boyfriends and girlfriends. I know so little of the meaning of those words as well. If it refers to friendship, then I can imagine it always is better to have more friends. I'll pass. I see. Well then, let's get going, Messiah. Sure. You're putting what you talked about at lunch into practice, right? Could I have an interview about it? Please do. Where are you going to attack first? Class being that I'm rounding up in volunteers, I'd know just who to recruit first. Who? Bijou Blue, right? No, not her. Oh, who is it then? I don't recall you mentioning any other good prospects. Well, you'll see it soon enough. I haven't actually spoken with her before, so I can't ensure that it will go well. Someone you haven't spoken before. As we spoke, we arrived in front of Class B. Oh, here we are. This is the class with the girl who always hides her face when I come in. I see. Well, I hope it isn't her, then. Oh my, it's Soleil de Col. I heard the whisper of various voices all around us. That was the power that Rise had. Ah, then. The moment I stepped in, the girl hid her face behind her notebook again. She must have been extremely shy. At least I hope that was the only reason. Rise walked purposely, passing through the gap between desks. Her destination was the girl who was hiding her face. Oh, Rise. Salutations. She stood right in front of her. She must have known she was being approached, but she hid further behind her notebook. Her hands and shoulders were trembling. It was definitely an unusual reaction. Is she afraid? No, that can't be it. Chihiro-san. What? What is it? Oh, no, nothing. Wait a minute. The name Chihiro isn't exactly uncommon. It's not like Rusanin or something. Even so, my heart was pounding. Chihiro started trembling even more. Rise and Ruriko both looked suspicious, while Tommy seemed curious. While feeling the girl's eyes sharply fixed on me, my own eyes were locked on Chihiro. My heart racing faster. Her notebook was open and her face was completely hidden, but she couldn't hide her hair. Those characteristic pigtails, the color of her hair, she was... Chihio, is it you? Ah. Ah? The moment I spoke, Chihio said, "No, my Chihio," threw down her notebook and sent her chair clattering as she stood up. Ah. Her brows knitted tightly. She ground her teeth. Her eyes began to well up with tears. She had never looked at me this way before, but it was unquestionably her. There's no way I would forget my childhood friend's face. You. What? Oh, she smacked us. Traitor. Bam. Oh ho! Snap, snap, snap. Oh god. Ah, ugh. I was pretty sure that strange squeal had come from me, but it was such a merciless blow that it wasn't surprising that I would cry out in shock. She doesn't like us, I think. She ran away. A scoop. What a scoop. Tommy-san ran off chasing after Chihio's departing form. All that remained in the room. Whoa! Did you see? Did you? Violence, actual violence. Oh dear, oh dear. It was an explosion of activity, a lingering anger, and a lot of cold gazes. What on earth happened between them? I'd assumed he was not a bad person, but perhaps I was wrong. Even the usually placid Ruriko-san looked distressed. And we blacked out. Alrighty guys, I think that's enough for this episode. We got a lot of progress in, and I will see you in part 5.